everybody, so I'm starting off this tutorial by taking the lightest matte cream shade and I'm highlighting underneath my eyebrow. I'm doing this now, but I'm going to do it again later on. I just kind of wanted to highlight that. I don't know why, I was just feeling it. So now I'm taking like this mauve-y kind of purpley shade, and this is going to be my transition and blending color as usual, and I just did it very, very lightly. And then I'm taking the more purpley color and I'm placing this not as far up as I did with that first shade, but I'm just dragging this in the crease, I'm dragging it in the outer V, and I'm just kind of fluffing it back and forth. I'm bringing it to the middle of my lid just so that I have a better gradient. I'm gonna have all matte on my lids and then shimmer on the bottom, and I just wanted this to be just a very like soft, subtle, kind of like a colorful wearable look during the day. So now I'm taking that darker purple and I'm focusing this more so just in the outer V and in the crease. I'm not really taking it, even though I'm kind of taking it here, but I'm not really taking this to the middle portion of my lid. I'm kind of taking the excess and dragging it in just so I have a better gradient, but really I'm just focusing that dark purple on the outer edges. I don't want to go crazy. Like I said, I want this to be a very like wearable, pretty, kind of springy, summery look. So now I'm taking this like dark brown. To be honest, this isn't really my favorite shade. This was, I think, in her first palette and I wasn't really into it then. Still not into it, but I wanted to deepen up this look a little bit, so I added it just to the outer V. As you can see, this is an Eco Tool smudge brush. I love it, it's the best. So I'm just adding it and then of course blending everything out using that Sigma E25. There we go. I'm rusty, guys. This is my first tutorial in a really long time, so give me a break. I'm just blending out the edges with that transition and blending color that I first used, and then of course, like I mentioned before, I am going to highlight again, but I also put that shade in the inner corners of my lids just to brighten things up a little bit. It looked a little discolored, looked a little funky, so I added that to brighten everything up, and then of course blending. I'm using all matte shades. I want it to be seamless. Like, I don't want to have it to be like patchy or dry looking, so I'm blending like crazy. So for concealer, I use the Anastasia concealer in a pot. That one is super thick and pigmented, so I used a little bit, and then I used the Too Faced Born This Way concealer right underneath to brighten everything up, and then of course I'm cleaning up my edges and then blending them out so they're not super duper strict. And then for the lower lash line, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do a shimmery, did I even mention this earlier? I don't know, but I want to do a shimmery lower lash line since the lid is all matte. So for the base, I'm using Maybelline's Too Cool Color Tattoo, and then I'm spraying my brush with Fix Plus and picking up this beautiful shimmery purple shade. I love this. Like, I want to do another tutorial with this all over my lid. I think it's so pretty. So I'm packing that on my lower lash line. I thought it was beautiful. This is so pretty for the daytime, don't you think? Like, I'm incorporating color, but it's not over the top, it's not crazy. So now I'm taking the two lightest highlighter shades and putting that right in the inner corners just to make everything pop a little bit more, to kind of amp it up just a little bit. It's still very wearable, don't get me wrong, but I'm just amping it up a little bit, blending it out because it looked a little crazy. Those highlighters, guys, are so crazy pigmented, it's crazy. And then I'm taking my tried and true L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Thank you, Muffin, for ruining this voiceover. I appreciate it. Also putting that mascara on the lower lashes, and then I decided, hey, why not? Let me show you how my highlighter looked. I wanted it very subtle. Wearable look, guys, wearable look. So I added a little bit, and you can definitely see it. It's not that crazy, like, strip highlighter people do nowadays. So I like it. I think this is an awesome palette. I love it. I will be doing more dramatic tutorials, but I wanted to come back with this soft, wearable purple one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you didn't see my swatch video, I'll link it down below. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!